It is the halfway point of the year, if you can believe it, which means it is time to talk about the best and worst products that I've tried so far in 2024. I am going to link everything down in the description box. Also, everything that is on my face will either be in the description box or in a pinned comment, depending on how much room I have. I am wearing some of the products on my face today, so of course I will pop up clips of me applying the products. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And by the way, my name is Rachel. Welcome if you are new here. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I have a list of things that I have really been enjoying, really reaching for, that I've tried this year. Not everything came out this year. Most of it did, but some things didn't come out this year, but things that I personally tried for the first time this year. And I tried to narrow it down to like the best of the best, the things that I really, really love. I have a lot of products that like I really like, but these are the ones that like I'm reaching for a lot. And for the worst products, I only have two to talk about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the worst products, get those out of the way, get the negativity out of the way, and then get to the good stuff. So the first thing I wanna talk about is this eyeliner from Buxom. So this is the Power Line Lasting Eyeliner in LBD. So what it is it's a pencil eyeliner on one side. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but the shape of it is like a flat, almost like a flat definer brush where it's flat and long. So already it's kind of not useful for the waterline, like it's not easy to use in the waterline. And to use this on the upper lash line is a slog. It is so difficult. It's extremely dry. It tugs on my eyelid. It's just not very creamy at all. It does come with a smudger brush on this side, which I personally will never use. I did try to use it, but it's so thick. Like it's not a thin brush where I could use it to like maybe create a wing. Like it's very thick. So I just don't like the formula of this at all. I don't like the shape and I don't like the brush. So there's nothing about this that I enjoy. And by the way, this is all based on my own preference and opinion, of course. Like if I mention things that you love in my worst stuff category, it's not a personal dig to you, okay? These are just things that I like or dislike, and I'm gonna tell you why I like or dislike them, and that might be why you like or dislike them in reverse. Does that make sense? The second product that I wanna talk about is the Natasha Denona Golden Glimmer Gloss. This just came out with her Golden collection. And for me, this is an absolute preference thing. This is a burning plumping gloss and I absolutely do not like those types of glosses at all. Sometimes when a brand markets their gloss as a plumping gloss, you don't know that you're gonna get a burning gloss. Sometimes it's burning, sometimes it's just cooling minty. That type of gloss I can get down with, but a burning gloss, absolutely not. And I really did not like this one at all. It was pretty burning and it even got inside my mouth, irritated my mouth and my throat. No, it's not worth it to me. Especially with the price point, I'm definitely decluttering this one. That's really the only really bad products that I've tried so far this year. So I'm happy about that. I've got a bunch of other good stuff, so let's get to that. And by the way, there are probably things that you've seen me use on the channel that aren't in this list that very well could make the best of the year. But these are just products that I've fully tested, that I've had a chance to use several times to get my final thoughts on. There are quite a lot of products that I am currently testing that I really enjoy, but I've just not fully tested them enough to rank them or put them in a video, I should say. So if there are things that you know I said I've liked in like testing new makeup videos and they're not here, just because they haven't come up for a review yet. Let's talk about some complexion products. Here on my channel, I really don't test that many complexion products. I'm very much an eyeshadow girl. Like that is my favorite type of makeup. That is my favorite thing about makeup. And by the way, I'm not putting any eyeshadow palettes in this video. I am doing a separate ranking every palette I've tried so far this year, which is going to be insane to both rank and to edit. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to see that. That should be coming up soon. I do have some eyeshadow singles though that I'm wearing on my eyes. I only have a handful of complexion products to talk about. So the first thing, I have two foundations that I want to talk about. The first one is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop. Now, when I originally put this in my speed reviews, I put this in the good but not great category because I didn't feel like it wowed me. But as time has gone on, I have been reaching for this nonstop. It is almost empty. And I bought it this year, like less than 6 months ago. I have mine in the shade 5. The reason I'm not wearing this on my face today is right now, because of the time of year, it is a little too light on me in terms of the shade. But this is a beautiful light coverage. I would say high, light, low, medium coverage. Very skin-like. It leans matte, but it's not super dry or cakey. I am a normal to oily skin type, just so you know. Really, really beautifully wears. It feels like nothing on your skin while still giving you a little bit of coverage. I've been reaching for this a lot. I like the packaging. It's very like minimalistic, very light. It's a squeezy tube. It's really nice. Fully enjoy this one. Have been reaching for it a lot, especially like on a day-to-day basis when I'm just going to work. I do teach dance as one of my main jobs. I have several jobs. One of my main jobs is teaching dance, and I can wear this to work and it lasts on my face through sweating, through all of that. So it's been great. The next foundation that I want to talk about is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. Now, again, when I ranked this in my speed reviews, I did not put this in the top category, but I have been really enjoying this as a mix-in foundation. I don't like it on its own, but as a mixing foundation, oh my goodness, it is so nice. So in my collection, I don't have that many foundations because like I said, I really like find ones that I like. I stick to them. I don't try too many new foundations. So when ColourPop asked if they could send this to me, I said, hey, why not? Like, I've always been curious about it. Not something that I really wanted to spend my own money on necessarily, but I would give it a shot. And I have mine in the shade Light 7W, which is fine. Like on its own, it's very light coverage, very light coverage. So I feel like it's very flexible in terms of the color, but I've been enjoying putting this into my foundations that are a little bit more matte and a little bit more medium to full coverage when I want to sheer it out and give it a little bit of hydration. That is how I've been using this because my skin up until this year has been very oily, very oily. And my skin has now been leaning more normal to oily. And so I have a lot of very matte foundations. And some days when I wake up and my skin feels a little drier and I want to mix in something that's a little more hydrating, that has not a ton of pigment, this is what I go for. It's been a great mixing foundation for me. And then the third complexion product I want to talk about is the NYX The Marshmallow Setting Spray. This is pretty much gone. It's pretty much gone. Do I feel like this elongates the wear of my makeup? I'm not sure. It says it's a matte finish makeup setting spray. I don't know that it really mattifies my skin that much. Honestly, the reason I love this, two reasons. The first reason is I love putting on any kind of setting spray when I feel like I've put too much powders on my face just to kind of meld the powder into my skin, and I feel like this works. But the smell is incredible. It is sweet. Like I said, I'm almost done with this. Every single time without fail when I use this, I say out loud, oh my gosh, this smells so good. Like I'm not over it. I'm not over it. It smells super sweet. I don't want this in a perfume, but just like the experience is so pleasant when I use this, I'm absolutely gonna repurchase this. I love it. All right, next we're gonna go on to cheek products. So I have just a handful to talk about. The first one, I can't believe that this came out this year, and I looked back in my notes and it did, but it felt like it came out so long ago. But it is the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer in the shade Spilling Tea. I think they only have 3 or 4 shades in this, and I believe this is the second to lightest. Again, when I put this into speed reviews, whenever I initially reviewed it, I didn't put it in the top category, but I have been reaching for this all the time. And I feel like it's a great cream bronzer for any skin type. It is blendable enough that I am able to just like really easily blend it on my face without being too careful. The shade is really nice. It is more of like a warm to neutral tone, which is my preference. I feel like it's buildable and you're able to sheer it out as well. So you can make it a little more opaque, a little more pigmented, but when I'm less tan, I can still just use a little bit on my brush to get a sheerer application. I just love the blendability. The finish is more of like a natural finish. It's not overly dewy, it's not overly matte, it's not thick and cakey on the face, which I think a lot of cream bronzers can feel and look a little heavy when they're more pigmented. I really like the packaging. I love the price point. It's just one that I've been reaching for when I'm not really thinking about it or when I'm not specifically testing a bronzer. I've been reaching for this one a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is a blush that I've been loving, and this is a fairly new product, but I've been reaching for it so much, and every time I put it on, I go like, oh my gosh, It looks so beautiful. And it is a blush I'm wearing on my face today, actually. And this is the NYX Buttermelt blush. I have mine in the shade Had Butta. And it is just a beautiful coral. It is so beautiful when I'm wearing like a warm tone look on my eyes. I feel like it just brightens up my face, makes my face match my eyes, which I love, which sounds kind of funny. I really love the pan embossing. It is like a checkerboard print that is swirled, which I love checkerboard. It's the emo kid in me. And I really enjoy how this looks on the face. Once it's blended out, it's easy to blend. And I really love the pigmentation level of this. In my opinion, it is the perfect pigmentation right in the middle. Not overly pigmented, not super sheer. I'm able to just be not overly careful when applying this, and I just get a really nice pigment level on my face. It's not patchy. It is a matte blush, so there is no shimmer. Now, they do have ones in this line that have shimmer in them. I've not personally tried those, but the matte one, it is beautiful, it is stunning, and I love this color. Like, I just love a warm tone blush, and this one is really, really nice. The highlight that I want to talk about, again, like when I put it on, I gasp out loud at how absolutely beautiful it is, and that is the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter. I have mine in the shade Prosecco, which is shade 2. This is the most beautiful highlighter I think I've ever put on my face. The packaging is very luxurious and very pretty. And then on the inside, we have this. Now, this is the shade. It matches me perfect right now because I have a little bit of a tan for me. It just melds in with my skin tone. I am wearing this on my face. Look at that. It is just very, very glowy without being sparkly, without even being metallic, without being glittery. It's just a lit from within glow amplified. It's skin-like, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rihanna did create this in several different tones to match your skin tone. So that does give that like glowy, your skin type of look. Now, when I first purchased this, or when I first saw it being talked about, I thought it was going to be a very subtle lit from within glow. No. It is beaming. But again, not in a metallic way, just a skin-like, very wet looking way. It is stunning. Now I have a few like face palettes or like multi-purpose palettes. This one is a highlighter palette. So this one is from the Moonshroom collection from Lunar Beauty. I loved this entire collection so much. Like, even the theming is so cute, like with the mushrooms and the fairies and the butterflies. Like, it is so adorable. And this is a highlighter palette with 4 different highlighters. I love this highlighter formula. It is beautiful. Now, like I said about the Fenty Beauty, it is not a subtle lit from within glow, but these ones are a little more on the metallic side. These are a little more on the like 2018, 2017 side, where it is very beaming, like from outer space, you're gonna see it. So this is a highlighter palette I would use more like if I'm going out at night, which I don't really do very often. But if I was, I would use this. And I like the different shade options here. This one is more of a blush topper for me because it is quite pink, but these two work great for me. And this one I could use probably when I'm tan, but of course I'm trying to accommodate several different skin tones by incorporating different tones. So I think the selection is nice. Really love this, especially when I want a very blingy highlighter for like a special occasion. The next thing I want to talk about is the Natasha Denona My Mini Dream Glow Blush. I love Natasha Denona cheek products. Her cream blushes, her highlighters. So this came out at the beginning of the year with the My Mini Dream like mini palette. I've really been enjoying this, especially when I first got it. I was using it nonstop. I'm not a huge pink blush person. I do wear pink blush, but if I had my choice, like if I was gonna create a blush myself, I probably wouldn't go for a pink first. But this pink is so beautiful. And it is a 3 products in one. Obviously, as you can see, a highlighter and 2 different matte blushes. You can like swirl them all together to get a glowy blush look. I don't personally do that. I use them separately in terms of I mix the 2 blushes and I use the highlighter on its own. The highlighter is so beautiful. Again, very blingy, very wet looking. And the blushes are just a beautiful neutral pink. They all blend so well. I have a really small blush brush from Singe Beauty that I like to use in here so I can target just the blushes. But it is a beautiful neutral pink. I feel like it goes with so many looks. It's blendable. It's really cute, really easy to travel with. It's really nice. I also want to shout out Salt New York because when I went to Creators and Friends, which was a creator event, like a creator meetup in New Orleans, Salt New York was one of the sponsors, and they did gift us products, and we were able to choose things that we could create with our own palette. But these 4 products I want to put in my favorites of the year so far. 3 cream blushes and the cream bronzer. These are so beautiful. I had seen Samantha Ravndal use Salt New York years ago, and her makeup aesthetic is not like mine. She likes very dewy skin, a little more like light coverage, that type of effortless look. Like, I don't do that type of complexion. So I was skeptical going into this if I was going to enjoy these products, but they are so gorgeous. Kiki, the owner of Salt New York, explained to us about these products and how they are handmade and they're formulated to be able to work on every type of skin type. This bronzer is in the shade light medium. It works perfect for me. It is a perfect neutral tone, and all 3 of these blushes are gorgeous. They are all very, very easy to work with. So if you are someone that's kind of scared of cream cheek products, you're scared that you're going to mess it up, that you're going to overdo it, these are perfect because they're very effortless to wear. They're more on the light, in terms of pigment, light side of pigment. Very easy to blend. They do give a skin-like finish, but they're not like dewy or greasy or wet or sticky, which is what I was afraid of. They're just beautiful, skin-like, easy to work with, gorgeous toned cheek products. The last thing I want to talk about in this category, why did I decide wearing a sweater was a good idea? It is like 100 degrees. The last product I want to talk about in the cheek product category is the thing that I have been reaching for probably the most out of everything I've talked about so far. I've brought it traveling with me so many times. I've used it so much when I'm not filming or when I'm filming and I'm not needing to test other things. And that is the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow Face Palette. I did get the colorway back to Cali. They had, I think, 4 different colorways. It's kind of funny because I bought this one and then they sent me this one and another colorway, like a couple months later. So this one I did buy, even though I did receive the other ones in PR. I ended up gifting them away. I love all 4 products in this little travel thing. The bronzer is perfect neutral, very buildable, not super pigmented, but you can build it up. It has a soft glow. It's not super matte. It's not super shimmery. It's just a really pretty finish. Both of these blushes are stunning. They're a little bit more on the warm side for a pink, one that's slightly deeper, one that's slightly lighter. I like to mix them together. Again, more of a satin blush. And then this is Champagne Pop, formerly from Becca. It's called C-Pop. I'm not really sure why they called it C-Pop, probably legal reasons or something. But if you've used Champagne Pop before, it's a very glowy, very blingy highlight, which I've been enjoying this year. I love how compact this is. I really enjoy traveling with this. I don't feel like it's gonna break because they are pretty hard pressed in the pan, which makes them more buildable. I don't know. I just really have been gravitating towards this so much, so much. Especially the first few months that I bought it. I used it nonstop. All right, let's talk about lip products. I love lip products as well as eyeshadow. Is probably my second favorite thing to collect, judging by my lip products in front of me, which I'm not gonna show you. We're just gonna move on.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I've got a handful of things I wanna talk about. So the first thing is the Flower Beauty Gloss Crush Lip Serum. I have mine in the shade Honey Crush. It is like a soft pink gloss. I love this gloss. I think it is so phenomenal. Not even just for a drugstore gloss, just in general. And I like that they call it a lip serum because it's giving lip serum. It is like not opaque, not super sheer. It has that serum-like texture. I really like the applicator. It is a doe foot that has a hole in it. So it kind of captures the product in one dip and you're able to really spread it all over your lips. It's very comfortable. The color is gorgeous. When I want more of a nudie pink, light pink lip, I love to layer this over a lip liner. I'm almost done with this, honestly. Very comfortable. It does not have a scent. I guess that was probably the one thing I would change about it is if it had a really nice scent, but really been reaching for this one a lot when I want like a soft pink lip. It's great. So Oden's Eye did a collaboration with 3 creators earlier this year, and they all released lip products. And I have tried the Oden's Eye lip products in the past when Angelica Nyqvist did a collaboration with them, but there's one specific gloss from this last collection that I love, and I think it's so beautiful, and I reach for it so much. And this one was in collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner, and this is the Shine Gloss in the shade Snake Kiss. Oh my goodness. It is just the most beautiful, like terracotta, orangey, reddish brown. It is giving fall. It is giving fall. It is giving fiery. It's gorgeous. The Oden's Eye Shine Glosses are definitely more on the pigmented side. So you can just wear this on its own. I typically layer it over a lip liner just to have a little bit of something underneath. The Oden's Eye Gloss formula is really nice. It is very comfortable. It's, I wouldn't say on the thicker side, but it clings onto your lips and stays a little more long lasting than this Flower Beauty one. But the color is what really makes this stand out to me. This is so random, and it's not something that like I ever thought was going to be in a favorites video, because when I got it, I thought it was a gimmick. But honestly, I've been reaching for it a lot. And this is the Revolution Beauty Emily in Paris Champagne Lip Balm. It is a lip balm that comes in a champagne bottle. Listen, I love this lip balm. Now, I only use this like at my desk when my hands are clean. Like anytime I sit down to film, I wash my hands before I go in and touch things. So like I don't love having these types of things in my purse, because when I'm out and about, my hands aren't clean all the time, and like dipping my fingers in kind of grosses me out. But I think this is a phenomenal lip balm. I don't even know how to describe it. It just makes my lips feel so nice. I love wearing this while I'm putting my makeup on. It doesn't have a scent, but it just feels very, very good on the lips. It's very jelly-like, and I think the packaging is really cute. I don't know, I've been reaching for it so much. Like, I don't know if you can tell, there's a pretty big dent in it. So I have so many lip balms, and this is the one I consistently reach for. The last lip product I want to talk about, can you believe only 4 lip products to talk about? I can't either. Is these glosses. I'm obsessed. I don't say that lately. I reach for these glosses more often than not. And they are glosses that I have tried in the past. But again, there was a new collection released this year, and the glosses that were released with that collection, I love them so much. And these are the Moonshroom glosses from Lunar Beauty. Now, if you've never used the Lunar Beauty gloss formula, it is probably in my top 3 favorite gloss formulas of all time. It is so lightweight, like more, almost like lip oil, leaning towards a lip oil. Very emollient, very shiny, very glidey, and the smell is, again, like I said with the marshmallow spray, every time I put this on, I groan. I'm like, oh my God, these smell so incredible, like buttercream frosting. It's taking everything in me not to eat it off my lips. These 3 colors, I absolutely love. There are 3 colors that I'm reaching for all the time. And that's not always the case in a collection that launches multiple lip products at once. Like, I'm not really always gonna reach for all of them, but all 3 of these are so beautiful. And I really love the packaging. I don't know if you can see, they have like a little diamond at the top encapsulated in the cover. And then we have Flora, which is like a pale pink with a little bit of shimmer in it. Loving this when I want a pink lip. We have Soul, which is the one I'm wearing on my lips today. This is a gorgeous brown with a little bit of shimmer. Let's add some more. I cannot take the scent. It is so divine. It reminds me of Yankee Candle's buttercream frosting candle. Do any of you know what I'm talking about? My mom used to burn those all over my house when I was a kid, and that's just what this smells like. Anyway, beautiful. And then we have Ella, which is a clear gloss with sparkles. So I love using this when I want to like more feature my lip liner that I'm wearing and not have any kind of pigment. The pigment level on these, I would say, are a light to medium. Like, they're not overly pigmented. You can definitely just put a tiny little bit, and it's really not going to alter the color of whatever you put underneath it, but phenomenal glosses. I cannot stop reaching for them. Okay, let's go to the eyes category and / other, because I have one other thing that doesn't apply to anything else I've talked about so far. So the first thing I want to talk about are all the single shadows that I have acquired this year. Single shadows have been a thing lately that like brands have been releasing them. I mean, obviously brands have been releasing single shadows all the time. It's not like it went away, but I've just acquired these single shadows recently, I guess. And it's kind of opened my eyes up to the singles situation. I never was interested in singles before. Probably never would have purchased these on my own. These were all sent to me in PR, so I'm so thankful for that because I was able to experience like playing with single shadows has been so fun. I've been reaching for these way more than I thought I was going to. So the first ones that I want to talk about are the ones from Oden's Eye. So Oden's Eye did release a whole slew of single shadows, a set of matte shadows, and I did use 3 of these on my eyes today. These top 3 here, the peach one, the brown one, the red one, are the mattes that I used on my eyes today. If you've used Oden's Eye mattes before, these are the same quality. Really good pigmentation level, a little more on the pigmented side, but easy to sheer out, easy to blend, easy to work with. I like the selection that they came out with. I hope they come out with more because I want more colors. They're beautiful. They work great. I've especially been reaching for the 3 shades that I've mentioned that I used today because they're more neutral leaning, they're more warm leaning. That's just my preference. And they came out with a whole bunch of shimmer shadows, both multi-chromes and metallic shadows. Beautiful. I've not used every single one of these, but I have swatched them all. Some of them are squishier, some of them are textured, some of them are more iridescent. There's a whole mess of different things in here, but I will say the ones that I've used I think are so gorgeous, so beautiful. And I love that you are able to create like little palettes if you want to. I did create a video, I think I did 3 build your own palettes using these shades. I can link that down below if you want like inspo, but I think it's just so fun to be able to like create little combinations of things that you want. You don't really have to go by whatever the brand gives you if that's not what you're looking for. Also love the palettes, like the actual palettes, so stunningly beautiful. Very thankful to have these. Clionadh. I honestly had tears in my eyes when I saw this in my goodie bag at Creators and Friends. I couldn't believe that I was getting gifted Clionadh shadows because I've always wanted them. They're just very pricey and I've never like known where to start. So Clionadh did actually gift us their extension of their stained glass shadows, and these are every bit as beautiful as I thought they would be. They are all so beautifully dimensional. They are a little more on the delicate side. So I don't know that I would travel with these necessarily. In fact, when I was on the plane ride home from Creators and Friends, I put this in my purse. Like I did not put it with the other makeup in my bag. I put it in my purse because I was so scared it was going to break. But these are just so beautiful. This lime green one is my favorite. I did wear it when I was at Creators and Friends. I had like a lime green chartreuse dress and it just looked so beautiful. They are the star of the show when they're on your eyes. I'm so excited to have these. Definitely a favorite of the year. Then I have a whole bunch of single shadows here that I just kind of put into an empty palette. So this side of the palette is DD Signature and this side of the palette is Fantasy Cosmetica. So Fantasy Cosmetica came out with 4 Holochrome single shadows that they released with their Cradled in Ice collection, I believe. And then 3 of these are from DD Signature. They're also Holochromes. I will be honest with you, all of these Holochrome shades, they perform very similarly, from brand to brand, these two. It just probably depends on what color, what tones you're looking for is what I would push you towards. I don't really feel like one is superior to the other is basically what I'm saying. But I love having these just to pop in when I want to put something on my lid that's just going to be so beautiful. I am wearing this one from Fantasy Cosmetica. It's in the shade Aya. It is a reddish, pinkish, very smooth, very subtly beautiful. They're not as shifty as a multi-chrome, but they are the moment. These 3 down here from DD Signature, I don't know if they're still available. These are so incredibly beautiful. They are just metallic shadows, but they are metallic sparkle shadows. What are they called exactly? Let me tell you. Oh, it's just called a metallic shadow. Yeah, they're just called metallic eyeshadows, but they are sparkly metallic eyeshadows. And I love that they're neutrals because I love neutrals. I've been reaching into these often, and I think they're just such gorgeous metallic shadows. Beautiful. Beautiful. A product that I've mentioned quite a few times now on my channel, but again, I've been reaching for it. I found a place in my collection for it. When I got it in PR, I was kind of like, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use this, but I've been using it a lot. And that is the Kaja Wink Dazzle Eyeshadow and Glitter Multi-Stick. In particular, the shade Ice Illusion. I use this in my inner corner all the time, and it is what I have in my inner corner today. So on one side it has an eyeshadow crayon, which is great. A lot of brands have that. So what I do is I put on the eyeshadow crayon first, and then I go into the other side, which has a sponge tip applicator with little tiny, I'm not gonna say glitter. I don't think it's glitter. I think it's like a loose pigment almost. Very, very, very fine shimmer particle. And I put that on top of the shadow stick in my inner corner, and it just makes it pop. Like, look how shiny my inner corner is. And there's so many palettes that I get, that I receive, that I purchase, that don't have a perfect inner corner highlight for me or bright enough for what I'm looking for. And this is what I keep in my top drawer to use in those situations when I want something very brightening in my inner corner, something very shimmery. I'm not looking for a matte inner corner, but a shimmery inner corner. I've been reaching for this a lot. The deeper shades that come in this, I'm not really gonna reach for as much. This one in particular in Ice Illusion, reaching for all the time. The next thing I want to talk about is on my eyes right now, and it is the lashes that I'm wearing. These are the Bright Lashes by Angela Bright. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube, obviously. And these are half lashes. Now, on my eyes, they are pretty much a 3/4 length lash, which is perfect. I don't have to trim them, and they just fit my eyes perfectly. These are in the style Flutter. This is the second pair. Like, I did get a pair when I went to Creators and Friends in PR, and then I placed an order myself to get more pairs. I got a few different pairs. I did try one other pair once or twice. I've worn them once or twice, but this particular style Flutter is my favorite. It's just the perfect amount of volume, the perfect amount of length. It's dramatic without being too large or too big on my eyes. They're just so gorgeous. They're easy to apply. They have, I don't want to say a stiff band, but they're not like an Ardell Wispy where there's almost no shape to the band. I need a band that has shape because my eyes are so rounded. If it's too straight, they will pop. These ones just stay shaped. They have a little bit of structure to the band. The first pair that I had, I'd worn many times, probably many more times than I should have. But they last for a really long time. They feel really good quality. They're very nice. They're very, very nice. I love them. I just love how they look too. Another thing that I got in PR from the Creators and Friends event is the City Beauty Beyond Mascara. I got this, and honestly, I had been going through other mascaras, so I put it to the side. I am not a mascara connoisseur because I don't have very good lashes. They stick straight down. Most mascaras don't do anything for me, and most of the time I'm gonna wear lashes, like false lashes anyway, so I don't need miracles. But the occasion where I do want to wear just mascara, I've not found too many mascaras that really do much for me. So Leah Janae, I watched one of her videos, and she mentioned, I think she was maybe doing like her haul from Creators and Friends, and she said, I'm so excited to get another tube of this because it's one of my favorite mascaras. And so I was like, let me pull it out. I freaking love this mascara. It is phenomenal. Now, let me explain what I look for in a mascara, what my preferences are, because I don't think this is for everybody. It is not a plastic wand. It is like a Christmas tree bristle wand, if you know what I mean, which I don't normally go for. Like, I do usually prefer a plastic wand, but this one is like hourglass shaped. It's a volumizing mascara. That is what it's advertised as, which I would definitely categorize this as a volumizing mascara. I wouldn't categorize it as a separating or lengthening mascara. It is giving volume, and it's more on the dry side, which is what I prefer. If a mascara is too wet, or if like too much product comes out on the wand, it's just not gonna work for my lashes because my lashes, I can't have something that weighs them down. So not a ton of product comes out on the wand, and what does come out is a little drier, so it grips onto my lashes. I don't have to sit there and like pile it on. And again, with a wet mascara, if I put too many coats, my lashes will just fall. They just won't look good. So this one has been so good, but I will say it's more of a dry formula if that's what you're looking for, and it's definitely more of a volumizing formula if that's what you're looking for. All right, the last thing I want to talk about, I'm just going to pop up a picture because it's in my shower and I don't feel like going to get it. And I've talked about this before, but again, it's a favorite. And this is the Self-Made True Grit Scalp and Body Scrub. So I've not used this on my scalp. I use it on my body before I shave. Now, I've always used the Tree Hut body scrubs that come in the tubs. I've used them for years, and I got this one in PR when I went to New Orleans for Creators and Friends. They were one of the sponsors, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I mean, I have it, I might as well use it. I'm never going back. I'm never going back to the tubbed body scrub. This body scrub is so beautiful, and it's more unique. First of all, I like that it comes in a squeezy tube packaging. I've mentioned that before. When I'm showering, when I'm washing, you know, I don't like tub packaging, like sticking my hand in, water This packaging is very convenient. I love the formula of this because it is a body scrub, but it doesn't feel abrasive on the skin. It doesn't feel like you're taking pure sugar and salt crystals and rubbing them on your skin. I never noticed it until I used this and went back and used the other body scrub that I have in my shower to use it up. The other one just feels very rough on my skin. This one is almost like a gel that has those particles in it. And when you rub it on your skin, it almost creates a lather. Not like a super lather, but a little bit more of a creamy type of feel. So it feels nourishing. It doesn't feel abrasive. It doesn't feel like you're breaking your skin barrier. I use this pretty much like once or twice a week when I'm going to shave. That's the only time I use it. And that's really, you shouldn't be scrubbing your body every single day anyway. But I've really been enjoying it. The scent is nice. It's a lemon scent. It's a very light lemon scent that I don't feel that very lingers or anything like that. Really love this body scrub. I want to repurchase it. It is definitely more expensive than the Tree Hut one, but I don't mind spending a little more money for something that like I'm just gonna enjoy using more, and I feel like it's doing my body better. You know what I mean? So yeah, really, really good body scrub. All right, and that is it for the best products I've tried so far this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite products that you've tried so far this year are. I would really love to know some of your top favorite products that you're enjoying so far this first half of the year. I will link everything down below, like I said. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. And stay tuned because I am gonna be ranking my palettes very soon. It's coming. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, and I'd love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.